Today's news, bikini contest in China, part of flight attendant audition?
This is not news out of Korea, but it is very similar, sounds very similar to something that might happen in Korea. And between you and I, you have more experience with flight attendants or flight attendant school because you taught at a college where girls went and majored in being a flight attendant?
Yes. There was a flight attendant school. One of the top schools in the country was the one that I taught at. And they had a whole mock plane up in the top of one of the buildings that they could go and practice in.
What was interesting about where she taught is the school wasn't very big. So you'd see these girls, they were dressed up on campus every day, all the time, I think.
Yes.
And they stood out by and large, not just because of the uniforms, but they were also all super tall. And girls in Korea generally aren't that tall yet, even though everybody's getting taller. So if you're a tall girl in Korea, you can go be a flight attendant, most likely, as long as you're not super fat, because they don't want fat girls.
There's more to it, okay? Being a flight attendant in Asia, first off, is very, very strict. This is a little bit ridiculous. This is taking it to the extreme, but I will talk more about that in a minute. So, flight attendants in Korea, yes, I taught at a flight attendant school. They were taller than most of your typical Korean girls. They were wearing big heels
On
all
top
the
of
time.
their height.
All the time they had to wear high heels. I saw girls with sprained ankles walking around in high heels, and I was like, honey, what the heck? Oh yeah, their ankles were all wrapped up and they're still hobbling around in heels because that's what they had to do in their program. Their hair was to the nines, their makeup was on, there was no flaws. It was like a flawless thing. It's very rigid.
On top of the fact that your school was built into the side of a mountain, it was all hills. I hated going there because of that, because you would instantly be tired.
Welcome to my world.
And the building that your office was in, your office was on the 5th floor.
And there was no elevators. I had to go up and down that multiple times.
When I saw this article, I wasn't surprised at all. Even though this is in China, and China tends to bend the rules a little bit more than Korea at this point, things in Korea tend to be a little bit more just, even though they don't seem just sometimes. But this wasn't just for one particular airline, this was recruiters for all the airlines in China.
Well, in a specific province in China. Part of the reason why I think that they could actually do it was there was over 1,000 girls who were applying for this position. It wasn't even just flight attendants, it was flight attendants or modeling.
For advertisements or stuff like that.
Yeah.
And these girls were fresh out of high school. They were all about 18 years old.
Yes, and they all had to be 5'7" or taller, like 120 centimeters or more.
170.
170.
Or more.
Well, thank you. Thank you, mathematician.
No, that's because I'm 170 centimeters.
Oh, so they had to be as tall as you or taller.
Or taller, right.
And they had to have a nice voice. They had to have a beautiful face.
No visible scars.
On any part of their body, including parts that would show on, bikini. If it was outside the bikini zone, then no visible scars. So it's pretty strict. I wouldn't want to be a flight attendant there.
What's crazy about that is it doesn't seem like they care how intelligent or how good they are at servicing people. That doesn't seem to come into play at all.
But that doesn't surprise me. Okay, now Korea is not like this at all. You do have to have intelligence. You do have to go through a very rigid system of classes, and you have to learn a whole heck of a lot, including being able to say things in multiple languages. This is within a province. They're going to stay within that provincial area in China.
If they get hired flying, really?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Well, they may graduate to other places, but this is just to fly inter-China.
Just to get their foot in the door.
Yeah.
Come to think of it, all of the airlines throughout Asia have really hot stewardesses.
Yes, they do.
What I would like to know is, if you are a female and you were looking for a good job, say, once you get out of high school, if you're still in high school, for instance, would you do this sort of thing to try and get a job with an airline? Wear a bikini and go and do like the Miss America, the Miss Universe type presentation. Comments. Yeah.
Would you even fit into those standards? Because I know that I would not.
Right.
I am far too short for that.
Also, check the link down below in the description box for long sleeve shirt or sweatshirt.
That's my meow shirt.
Meow shirt. Meow. Click the like button, you guys. Thanks so much for watching. Subscribe for more Hallyu Back news. That's it. We're out of here. Hasta luego.